Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you guys.
Yes,
Sorry.
we can.
Let me fix my audio.
Mr. Stein, we
I'm
can
not
hear
on.
you and see you.
Hold on. They're saying,
seriously, you guys.
what is that?
We can hear and see you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you and see you.
Okay. Oh, hey guys.
Seriously.
Sorry, Mary, I couldn't see you guys. Hey, my name's Alex Stein, and the reason why I'm here today is because we need to really look at the vaccination numbers, and we're really missing a huge link is that we're not vaccinating our cats and dogs. Listen, I love the vaccine.
Got it.
But there's what are you talking about, Mary? What are you talking, Mary? Can I please talk?
I saw you at the ledge. Come on.
Mary, you just because you know me, because you have a thing for me, Mary, let me speak. Don't make this personal, Mary. I can tell the sexual chemistry. No, do not cut me. I'm allowed to talk as a citizen, Mary. Do not take this personal. You're a beautiful lady. I know you have feelings for me. I have feelings for you too. I miss you.
All right, okay. Mr. Stein, you need to speak to your comments.
Okay, I apologize.
Members.
I apologize, Mary. I'm no more to Mary. I apologize. What I'm saying, guys, can I finish my thing? There's enough people that listen to Joe Rogan podcasts. There's going to be enough vaccines left over. We should look and focus on our cats. My wife left me for her 19-year-old personal trainer. And the only person that I have anymore is my cat, Sky Bear. I sleep with him every single night. And the idea of losing him to COVID-19 is the biggest nightmare that I could ever face in my entire life. I love this cat more than anything in the world. He's the most special thing. And now I have to look at my wife's Facebook photo, and she's out there with Hawko taking selfies at the breakfast buffet at the same resort that I spent. Okay. Please, can I just finish my one thing and just say, listen, why is it so difficult? I just want to say I love Everett. It's a great city. We need to vaccinate our cats, to vaccinate our dogs. Mary, I still have feelings for you.
Okay, thank you.
Mary, I still, please call me, Mary. Please consider it.
Okay,
Mary,
thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Stein. I think your time is up.
Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. Guys, I just want to say, I want to applaud the Parks and Rec Department. You guys did a great job. Recently at Bachman Lake, there were some glory holes have been filled. So a lot of the transients at nights have been using the bathrooms less.
Point of personal privilege, Mr. President. I'd like to speak.
Yes, Mr. Dickey.
Just for the record, there are not now, nor have there ever been any glory holes in Bachman Lake Park. Just to clarify that. Thank you.
Thank you, and I appreciate that clarification because, yes, that misinformation should not be there.
It's absolutely ridiculous that we cannot provide homes for our homeless, yet we can provide them with unlimited vaccines. Let me tell you this story. After Lights All Night on December 30th, I was leaving the Market Center, where they had the concert. And under the bridge of 35, I noticed there was a group of homeless people and they were giving themselves the vaccine. And at the time, I thought that was so weird. I'm like, these guys don't even house yet. They have access to the vaccine. And then I realized I'm not eligible for the 4th booster. I just got my 3rd booster, but I'm not eligible for another 5 months. I had been drinking. I'd been doing some other stuff. And I made an impulsive decision. And I just decided to get my 4th vaccine with these guys. And they got the spoon, they got the knife, they got the needle, and they stuck it in my arm. And after the 15-minute wait period, I woke up and it was incredible. It was some of the most fun I've ever had. I felt good. We ended up all having a good time. Some people were like making love, but it's just sad that you can give all these homeless people as many vaccines as possible where they can just do it all night. I probably did 6 vaccines that night. And yet they don't have a place to actually make love other than behind a dumpster. And I need to file a formal complaint against Gerardo Gutierrez. He's under your direct supervision. He works for the sewage maintenance department. He's been sleeping with my wife for 6 months. They have just left me with our 3 kids. We have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Now, I have no idea where they are. He is a county employee, and he's under your direct supervision. When we had a pipe bust, they were working on our street for a few weeks, and then they end up having an affair behind my back. Listen, I'm not going to pay my taxes and have Marion County employees come and service my wife like that behind my back. I want to file a formal complaint because, listen, while I'm not working, I'm at the vaccine clinic every day. I'm injecting people every day.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for allowing me this time to speak to you today. But unfortunately, the subject that I have to speak about is very traumatic and personal to me. With the new abortion legislation brought forth by the Texas Supreme Court allowing the heartbeat bill and limiting abortions to 6 weeks is incredibly unconstitutional. Bill Gates' father, William Gates Sr., would be so disappointed in his son for letting this bill pass, considering Gates' family involvement in starting Planned Parenthood with Margaret Sanger. Currently, I'm in a situation where I have 3 different birthing people pregnant at the same time, and I would like for all of them to have abortions, but unfortunately with this new heartbeat bill, we're unable to get the usual abortions that we often get. I don't like to use any contraception whatsoever because it hinders my performance, so that's why I depend on abortions as a 100% effective form of birth control. But now that the state is making it almost impossible for birthing people to even get an abortion, I'm going to be forced to change my entire lifestyle. Roe versus Wade made it very clear that abortions are completely legal, and I wish Dallas would take a page out of New York's rule book and approve late-term abortion up to 6 hours after birth, because this would solve a lot of problems for expected parents that don't want to have the financial obligation of raising a child that they didn't plan for with money that they don't have. And although I'm perfectly capable of financially supporting a young child, and I know that I would get crazy amount of likes and comments on my TikTok and Instagram accounts from all the cool baby photos, and I could post them in Armani and Gucci baby gear, and it's very easy for me to find birthing people that want me to leave my seed inside them, but unfortunately I don't have the time or the ability to change my vacations to Cabo San Lucas in Jamaica, because those are non-refundable flights. And I travel to many other international destinations on a regular basis because my social media influence on Instagram is similar to that of Dan Bilzerian or Chrissy Teigen's. But sadly, with multiple children, this could hinder my ability to travel, and I know this may sound a little selfish, but my doctor and psychiatrist both prescribed me an eat, pray, love lifestyle ever since my first ex-wife and her new fiancé died in a fire at our old lake house that she received in the divorce settlement. My two transgender children from the divorce, Decca and Alex, who are both on puberty blockers, were just surrendered to Child Protective Services until I can get my drunk driving problem behind me. Because I recently got a DWI outside of the Olive Garden on Technology Boulevard after the all-you-can-eat pasta promotion they have. But regardless of all the Pinot Grigio and Fettuccine Alfredo, I sit here in front of the mayor and city council begging that you use some of the budgetary funds to hire attorneys and file a lawsuit against Governor Abbott, just like you're suing for the mask mandate laws that are currently in place by the governor. Please do something to reverse this unjust, unconstitutional abortion ban so that I can go back to raw dogging birthing people that I meet outside of Arby's and drug rehabilitation centers. And if you're watching this online and you want to smoke Sister Sweets later and chill with me, hit my Instagram, Primetime Stein, all one word, and my Twitter, Alex Stein 99. My picture is Greta Thunberg wearing a mask, and my bio says, "Free the nipple." Thank you, Mayor Johnson. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Alexandria Stein. Mr. Stein, you addressed City Council on September 22nd, 2001. Therefore, you're not eligible to speak under our City Council rules of procedure.
What are you talking about? What?
Point of order, Mr. Mayor.
Why can't I speak?
Walk up.
Why can't I speak? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alexandria Stein. I'm a post-op trans woman. I'm sickened and appalled to be at this ethics meeting to expose the council on their misgendering and racist behavior towards me last week in these very chambers. I was unjustly escorted out of this building by the same police force that killed Botham Jean while he was sitting in his living room eating ice cream. It's a sad day when the city council weaponizes the same Dallas police force that shoots innocent black people inside their home like Botham Jean. I had to deal with the darker, scarier version of Amanda Geiger that I thought was going to shoot me for being trans, just like you killed Botham Jean for being black. I shouldn't have been arrested and assaulted by the police just for trying to practice my civic duty in defending my rights as a 2 LGBTQIA plus R community member. This is actually worse than if I was to call you the N-word, and I would never do that in front of the city council, even though I could, because I recently had a 23andMe done, and I'm actually 33% South African. So that makes me an African American, which gives me the ability to say the N-word, but I don't, unless I'm joking with my friends behind closed doors. Then I say it a lot, because as an American, African American, it's part of my culture to use the N-word, a lot of that, but what I was called is much worse.
than the N-word because Tupac would have never been okay with someone calling him a female, but he had the N-word tatted on his chest. So that answers the question of what is worse, the N-word or not using the correct pronoun and gender words correctly. And it's clear that people like Dave Chappelle use trans people for cheap laughs. Well, let me tell you something. The trans community is not here to be laughed at. Sadly, it's almost 2022, and instead of flying cars, we have outlawed abortion for birthing people like myself. I have an IUD. I have a uterus. I can get pregnant, and my body will never be property of the fascist state of Texas or Governor Abbott, unless he can hook me up with Hunter Biden, because he is hot. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't mind smoking some crack for the first boy of the United States, but thankfully I've been sober from crack for 7 months now, just like Hunter Biden. And it's all by the grace of Nimrod, our satanic ruler who designed the Tower of Babel, which is in the Bible, Genesis chapter 11, verse 9. And if you flip it, that's 9/11. And we know that in lots of Muslim countries, they practice Sharia law. They like to throw gay and trans people off of roofs. And that's what it felt like when you had the cops toss me out of here. I felt like I was getting tossed off a roof in Kabul, Afghanistan, when I got a whiff of the Sharia trans law. And it was not pretty. So please take this message as a motivational challenge to fix the mistakes you have made and create a better future for trans children all across Dallas County. Just because you're depressed about the quality of your life choices doesn't mean you can just toss me off a roof like I'm some homosexual pariah in Pakistan. This is Dallas, Texas, where the police force shoots you in your living room for being a black man and kicks you out of city council for being trans. Thank you, guys. And Billy Ray, please don't call me a male ever again. I'm a lady. Thank you.